What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and welcome to the Jerry Rice versus Randy Moss route running breakdown. These are two of the greatest receivers of all time, and today we're going to break down what makes these guys so great. And guys, please leave in the comments who you think was better, Jerry Rice or Randy Moss. Let's get started. So this is going to be a stop route by Jerry Rice, so I'm going to play this thing in full speed right here. So he addresses him, closes the gap, comes out of this break fast, least amount of steps possible, and then he works on getting up. So what I want you to see here is he's pumping his arms. He's going full speed. I want you to notice his head's down. He's pumping. He's trying to get this guy in his back pedal. Exactly what he's doing. Selling like he's just running a fade right now. Maybe taking this post. He's looking over his inside right now. But when he gets to his depth, I want you to see what happens here. 3 steps in and out of this stop route. So the first step is his snap down, okay? He snaps down with the outside leg. Anytime we're running a curl, I like snapping down with the outside leg because our hips can turn back around the opposite way. So 1, 2, 3. 3 steps. He shoots his head back around to get his body turned, which gets these steps taking him back down on this 45-degree angle, getting him out of this break fast. So 2, 3. See how his feet are angled back downhill? He's exploding off of this outside leg. Luckily, this ball was out fast, right on him, right when he turns, right when he snaps his head around, so he's able to catch. And now one thing I want you to see is he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't waste any moves right here. One move to the outside, bursts upfield, and accelerates upfield. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's bursting out. 1, 2, 3. In and out of this thing, shoots his head back around. See, he doesn't even have to see a lot of receiver coaches say beat the drum. I think Jerry Rice could have done a better job of having his arms up by his chest right here, but that's the power of just snapping down, guys. Just getting in and out of it, least amount of steps possible. 2, 3, catching this ball, and then getting upfield. Let's watch this next one. So off the line, Jerry Rice gives him a split release here. So split release is pretty much just when you split just like this with your legs. What this accomplishes, as you can see, it gets this guy on his toes. It's a little bit of a hesitation release. He's gathering info as to how this guy's going to play him right here. And then he's getting up into the top of this route. So as you can see, he doesn't just run around him right here. He doesn't just give up the inside, and he doesn't just take this inside right now. He closes this gap. He's attack-minded. That's what receivers need to be. They need to be very attack-minded. So let's watch this thing full speed, actually. So attacks him, stops right down on a dime, and gets to this out. That's what we're going to be breaking down. We're going to be focused on how the DB not getting hands on him at the top of the route is why this route works. So split here, attacking him. DB does a good job of getting hands on him, but Rice does a good job of our hand technique doesn't just play right here off the line. You got to be working your hands all the way up into the top of the route. So he does a great job of slapping this elbow by, as you can see, that's a point of control, and then chopping with his opposite hand, getting both of those hands off. Now, this is a position that this DB does not want to be in. One of the greatest route runners of all time, no hands on him at all. All he has to do is just stop right on a dime. See, he's reaching. DBs don't work on this. DBs don't work on this kind of transition, especially when he's out breaking. He's breaking to an out from this position, especially 10 yards down the field. So he gets in and out of this break in 2 steps. I want you to see this. See, a lot of guys take 4 to 5 steps right here. They just chatter their feet. He does a great job just going 1, 2. Enough body control, having violent hips right here, sinking his hips, getting into a good pad level, and he's exploding off of this outside leg, pushing off that inside arch. This guy has no hands on him. There's nothing he can do. He has to recover here, but Rice does a good job of swatting that hand by and chopping, which gets him completely off balance and ultimately makes him fall, and Rice is able to get some separation on this route. So let's watch this thing one more time, full speed. Working up, right on a dime, swat him by. Let's watch the full thing with the release again. So he's coming off this line here. Split release gets him on his heels. Gets those hands off, stops right on a dime with no hands, swats those hand by, catches, toe taps, get out of bounds. It's a great job by Jerry Rice. Okay, so on this one, he's going to be taking a 3-step release. So 1, 2, 3, as you can see. You're going to see this play into his routes later in the video. So 1, 2, 3. Now what I want you to see is how he does this is way before his time. Shoulder movement, head movement. Everybody loves to talk about that now, but this is old clip. This is a throwback clip. So he's going off this 3rd step, giving a little bit of head and shoulder shake to the inside. What this does is that gets that DB to cheat inside. Look how close his feet together. Look how close together his feet are. He's working on this inside. Rice wants to take an outside release. He doesn't want to get jammed off the line, so he has to give him something quick off this release. Let's watch this route full speed one time. 1, 2, 3. Attacks, gets stepped into him, leans into him, comes out of this route on an out route. Let's watch. Now we're going to break down the lean. What happens with this lean? So he gets some separation. He takes this out breaking route. He's running an out. So now he's selling like he's just running a post. Getting into this DB, getting into his cushion, getting him on his heels. As you can see, he's very off balance here for about 4 steps. Makes that sudden stick in the ground. So 1, 2, 3 here, sudden stick, get some separation from him off of that lean. Anytime you receivers, you want to lean into this guy, lean into this DB. That's to get some separation. That's to push him off. That's when we're breaking on this out. Great job by Jerry Rice, and then making this sudden stick off of it, exploding off of this leg, snapping that head back around, knowing the ball's going to be right there for him right when he turns his head around, and then he's able to make this catch and get upfield. And I want you to see, again, he just worries about getting upfield. He's not going to get out of bounds on this one. He worries about getting upfield, and this is practice film. So this is how he practices. This is how you're going to play. So let's watch it off the line again. So 1, 2, 3. Gets a lean into him for 4 steps, sudden stick, explodes out. That's a great job by Jerry Rice. Anytime we want that lean, guys, we lean into that DB, lean into him, get into his cushion. That's what's going to get us some separation. All right. So again, as you can see, he's going to take this 3-step release. Now, this is another example of he's probably been working this DB just like that last route we did. He works the exact same release, but he's running a different route. Now he's running a dig. So what I want you to see, 1, 2, 3, same exact release, toes straight forward, pushing off this inside arch, gives a little bit of a head and shoulder fake. And what does it do? Same thing. DB's working inside, but DB's doing his job. It's press coverage. We want him to take an outside release, okay? And we're probably going to be expecting an out. That's what this DB wants to expect. But let's watch this thing full speed. Let's watch what happens. So he takes this 3-step release, works up, no hands on him, same thing, stops right on a dime. Now he's breaking back in, guys. That's a great job by Jerry Rice. Again, stopping on a dime, not having this DB get hands on him and get in and out of this route. So let's watch it again. So 1, 2, 3, head and shoulder fake to the outside, exploding off this outside leg, giving a little bit of a lean to the outside, which gets this DB thinking, okay, maybe he's going inside, but now he's exploding up and working back out. So what he does here is, as you can see, he swats his left, so the DB's getting hands on him with the right. That's the proper hand. Jerry Rice swats with the left, and because he knows that the DB doesn't have anything with this hand. So if he's taking an outside release, he swats his left hand off. He has no recovery. This DB has no recovery, so he has no choice but to get no hands on him. And see how Rice stays out of his range. He doesn't run right into him because he knows he's going to be on an in-breaking route. If he tries to get some lean into him like he did on the last time, like on that out route, he's going to be able to play it because he's breaking inside. So he wants him to think out right now. He wants him to think like he's either running a fade, running a comeback, running an out. And so he works upfield. He gets to his depth. Now this is a 3-step snap down. He snaps down with the right leg, violent snap down step, aggressive hips, getting his pad level in a good position. This is the pad level that you want to be in. So he's a 1-step, 2, 3, and he's exploding off this 3rd step, swatting this DB by, swatting him from the back. That's a great job. That's a point of control. You don't want to just swat his hands, guys. You want to attack the back of his shoulder, his elbow, or his forearm. That's a great job by Jerry Rice. 1, 2, 3, least amount of steps possible. Explodes out of this thing, and see how he's accelerating out. He has him beat right here, but he doesn't pick his pad level up and just stop. He accelerates out of this break, running full speed, catches this ball, and now he's getting upfield. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So 1, 2, 3, works up, no hands. 1, 2, 3, stop. It's right on a dime. Get in and out of this break. Burst upfield. Okay, so this is Jerry Rice is going to be running a comeback here. Now, what I want you to see is how well he sells this fade. So he's working up, peek back, sell the fade, drop down right now. 3 steps, accelerates out of this break. That's a great job by Jerry Rice. Now let's watch this thing one more time. So he's coming up full speed. He's looking over this DB's outside shoulder. He's acting like he's just going to be running a fade. But the thing that makes this work is he starts to peek back right here with his eyes. Looks back. This DB thinks the ball's coming right over the top right now. Montana's probably going to drop it right in this bucket right here. Looking back, he kicks into second gear. His biggest nightmare is getting beat over the top, especially by a great receiver like Jerry Rice. Then he snaps down 1, 2, 3, and he's exploding off. I know that's kind of tough to see, but I want you to see how violent his hips are. That's what we call getting your chin to your knee. You want to drop at the waist, get your chin to your knee, because that's an explosive position you're going to be in. Then 2, 3, as you can kind of see here, his steps get him back downhill, 45-degree angle, and you see how he's running. Even the DB grabbed onto him a little bit. He's accelerating out. He's pumping his arms. He's running back downhill on this 45-degree angle. That's a great job of changing directions by Jerry Rice. Catches this ball in traffic, keeps his feet, and he bursts upfield. Practice how you play, guys. You're not going to stop in a game, but you're not going to stop in a game. You're going to go try and score. So in practice, that's exactly what Jerry Rice does. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming back here. Full speed, sell the fade, peek back, drop right on a dime. 3 steps in and out, accelerate out of this break, catch the ball, then burst upfield. All right, guys, so now we're going to break down Randy Moss. So Moss is just he's just a deep threat, guys, and I want you to watch deep threat, red zone threat. He's just got the whole package as a receiver. So I want you to see this route full speed, and then we're going to break it down. So he closes the gap with him, 2 steps to the inside, catches this ball on this out corner route in the end zone. So we're going to be here. So as you can see, closes the gap with him. Then he gives a sudden 1-2 in-out move. What he's doing right here is he's closing the gap, much like Jerry Rice we were talking about. You want to be attack-minded as a receiver. So he's attacking this DB's cushion, getting him on his heels. 1-2, sudden stick, just like we were talking about with Rice. He stays on he keeps his toes forward. He's pushing off this inside arch. He gives a little bit of a head and a little bit of shoulder fake to the inside, which gets this DB. Look where this DB is. He's completely jumped outside. His feet are completely out from underneath him. Jerry Rice does a great job of slapping this elbow by, chopping right here. Now, this is a terrible position for this DB. No hands on one of the best receivers of all time in the red zone. All he has to do, 1, 2, 3, attack this thing inside. So 1, 2, 3, sounds like he's making this post. Again, I want you to see this shin angle. He's pushing off this inside arch. His shins are at a 45-degree angle. That's an explosive position. That's how you're going to accelerate at the top of your route. And again, giving a little bit of a head and shoulder fake to sell like he's running this post. DB's thinking post all day long right now. Shoots him inside. He snaps that head back around. He's exploding out. He turns that head around, catches this ball in the back corner of the end zone. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So closes the gap, 1-2, 1-2-3, sudden stick, explodes up, catches this ball right in the back of the corner. Okay, so this is going to be a cover 2 look, okay? So with cover 2, he's playing the flat. This safety's over the top. He's playing deep half, okay? So his job is to prevent anything deep down the sideline, anything beat over the top. Normally in this coverage, over the middle of the field is open in this coverage. So Randy Moss has a post corner route here, so he has to really sell this post to get this DB to commit like he's attacking over the middle, because that's what they're going to be expecting, because the middle of the field has a gap. So what he does off the line, let's watch this thing full speed first. So he avoids that contact, sells the post for 3 steps, snaps it, or puts his foot in the ground, snaps that head around, and then gets a field to this corner. Now, he does a great job. In cover 2, this guy's job is to get hands on you while you maybe knock you off this route to disrupt the timing, okay? But he's playing in the flat. He's looking to number 2, looking at the quarterback's eyes. He's playing the flat right now. So this isn't even man coverage. But Randy Moss does a good job of kind of hesitating off the line, seeing how he's playing it. See, he's sitting. That's what tells him that this isn't man coverage. He's not backing up. He's not backpedaling. So he does a great job of coming off this line, kind of hesitating on him, seeing that he's sitting down, trying to get hands, trying to wall him. He avoids the contact, stems his route to the inside. Now he's focused on attacking this safety, attacking this safety's leverage. So he works up here. 1, 2, 3. Sudden stick right here. So he works in 1, 2, 3. 3 steps to the post, sudden stick right here, exploding off this inside arch. Now, look how much he turns his shoulders. Look how much he gives a little head fake. And just getting this DB to turn his hips, to commit his hips a little bit to the inside, to the post, getting ready to drive on this thing is what gets him separation. So as you can see, he's a little off balance here because his hips are completely turned. He has to turn these hips all the way back around, but it doesn't get him fully committed. But Rice does a good job. See how he's not looking for the ball right now? He's getting separation. He's exploding out because he knows he's going to be faster than this DB to the spot where the ball is going to be coming right here. So he keeps his head down. He's focusing on getting full speed. Now he snaps his head around when he knows he's got about 2-3 steps of separation from this DB. The quarterback puts the ball on a good spot. He's able to catch and then get out of bounds. Let's watch this thing full speed again. So a little hesitation release, read the DB. 1, 2, 3, sudden stick, gets that DB's hips to turn, keeps his head down, accelerates out of this break, gets some separation, and gets out of bounds. All right, so this run here, this is a great job. This is much like that stop route. He's going to be running a curl route, much like that stop route from Jerry Rice, but he's going to be running a curl route. Let's watch this thing full speed. Now, he's in and out. The ball's late. The ball's not coming to him, but you see how he accelerates with the ball. Now he's working with the quarterback. We call that scramble drill, guys. He's doing a great job of scrambling with the quarterback, finding space for the quarterback. Now let's break it down. Let's break down this curl first. So he's bursting up full speed. Now he kind of slows down to sell like he's just maybe going to change speeds and just go fade right now. He's probably been working that all game, where he just kind of chatters, gets this DB to sit, gets that DB to sit, then he just breaks up into second gear, and he beats him over the top. So now he's selling like he's slowing down, and now he's just running a curl, getting in and out of this. So 1, 2, 3, much like Rice, 3 steps getting out of there, exploding off this inside arch of his foot, snapping that head back around, getting him downhill. Now what I want you to see is how much he's coming back to this quarterback. He sees this backer fly out into this curl window, so he has to accelerate back down to the quarterback if he wants this ball. Now, quarterback's scrambling back there. He has to buy time. So what Moss does a good job of is not just sitting there in open area. Now, he's got a short route. What you receivers want to do is break up field. When you got a short route, you want to break up field. When you got a long route, you want to come back to the quarterback. So he does a good job of working with them, working without the ball, catching this ball, and getting them right next to the goal line. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. This is a great job working without the ball. So Moss comes off the line, a little change of pace, 3 steps in and out of this break, accelerates back out, working without the ball, working for his quarterback, trying to create some space, catches this thing, and gets him inside the 5. Okay, so this is a post Randy Moss is running here. But I want you to notice he closes this gap with this DB. He steps on his toes, and he's going to be attacking his blind spot. Let's watch this thing full speed first. So coming off the line, full speed, selling like he's just running right up the seam right now. Right up the seam, attacks his blind spot, sudden stick. Then he goes up and high points this ball for a touchdown. Let's watch this thing. Let's break this thing down. So I already said closing the gap with this DB. Now right here is the DB's blind spot. It's the safety's blind spot. So he's going to attack this blind spot and make this sudden stick because the DB has no idea where he's at. Look, his head is turned. He's thinking he's going to have to do a speed turn and he's going to break back to this corner. But Moss does a good job of staying in that blind spot, looking at that DB, seeing that he has no idea where he's at, and he keeps his head straight forward and accelerates out, gets his hands off of him, fighting his hands. You want to pretend like that DB has crap underneath his fingers. Fight his hands off, get his hands off of you, working upfield. The ball's coming up in the air, and he goes up and high points this thing. That's a great job. The whole reason he got separation, though, guys, is because he attacked this DB's blind spot. DB had no idea where he was. His eyes aren't seeing him. He's able to keep his head straight forward, pump his arms, accelerate out, and then go catch this touchdown. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So full speed, closes the gap, gets in that blind spot, sudden stick, explodes out, snaps that head back around, go up and high point the ball. Okay, so this is a little bit of another hesitation release by Randy Moss here. Now this is another cover 2 situation. DB's trying to take away the inside here. There's a safety coming over the top, as you're going to see later in the video. So he has to hesitate. He's running a fade right here. Again, he's going to be selling like he's going to be running a post. So hesitation release. Get some separation, stack that DB, sell a post with one stick. Now the safety's coming over the top, high point the ball, and make a big play. So let's break this thing down. So hesitation release gathers some information. Now he sees this DB's completely taking away the inside, probably a cover 2 look, trying to get hands on him. Maybe it's a 2-man look because his eyes are on the receiver, so it's probably a 2-man look. I take that back. Yeah, definitely a 2-man look because he turned. So he's avoiding the contact from the DB. Now he gets on top of him. He stacks him. This is a position that we want to be in because he's stacked. DB's right on his hips. Now he makes this 1-2 sudden rocker step to the inside. Now what this rocker step does is he gives a little bit of head and shoulder fake, sells like he's just running a post right now, gets this corner to turn his hips, and now it's just one-on-one with the safety. I like my odds. You've got Randy Moss on a safety out there from a quarterback perspective, goes up, high points the ball, and makes this big play. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So hesitation, gathers some information, 1-2, rocker step, looks for that ball, go up, high point it, make a big play. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave in the comments who you guys think was better, Randy Moss or Jerry Rice. I would really appreciate that. And please subscribe to this channel. That would also really mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next time.